Hi, my tubies, my Teletubbies. It's yeah, Sheila True Love, and today I just want to share with you um add it to the family. Well, yeah, whatever. Um, 10 things, or better yet, it's like 11 things that annoy the hell out of me. 11 things that annoy me. The first thing that annoys me is controlling the volume in my voice. I try so hard, tubies, to control the volume in my voice. And yet, for some reason, I end up speaking louder than I want to. And the reason why is either because I feel like I'm not being heard, I feel like I'm not being understood, or I'm very passionate about what I'm saying. And it's also because I don't like repeating myself. I really don't. And when you're used to being around older people, because I like hanging out with older people, because, older people are usually wiser, and I can learn so much and save myself a lot of pain. So I usually associate with older people. At the same time, you always end up having to repeat yourself because they couldn't hear you clearly the first time you said it. Anyway, either way, I hate it when people are loud. I don't like loud, and yet sometimes that's what I tend to be. I tend to be something that annoys the hell out of me. But Jehovah God and Jesus Christ is helping me because we're all working on self improvement. And I think I'm doing pretty good at it so far because I'm more mindful of it. Like if I feel my voice is rising or whatever, I try to keep my voice at a 5. Like on a radio, I just visualize a radio. I try to keep my volume at between a 3 and a 5. But that's kind of hard when I'm around certain people who have hearing loss, or yeah, and I gotta constantly repeat myself, repeat because whatever. The second thing I hate is small talk. Why? Because small talk is the most superficial form of communication out there. People who are like me and they hate small talk, they fully understand where I'm coming from. I don't even have to try to explain this to them. They get it. Small talk. How's the weather? How are you this morning? How was your weekend? Yeah, small talk. You know exactly what I mean. If you are a person who hates that small talk too, who the hell actually wants to talk about that crap? Nobody really cares. Nobody wants to sit around talking to your acquaintances, because I mean you don't really know them, but they're just acquaintances. Nobody really wants to talk about crap that he or she is they don't really care about. I hate so desperately because small talk, let me tell you why. It forces you to water down your personality. You can't be your true self. You have to water yourself down. Small talk is so unnatural. Another reason I hate small talk is because it comes along with this pressure that you have to try to make a complete stranger comfortable. When you just meet a person for the first time and you're hanging out, you have to try to make them feel comfortable. And that's what I do. I don't know about the rest of you, but I will do things to try to make the other person feel comfortable. Why? Because I'm good at it. But I still hate small talk. And the basic thing, my tubies, is when it all comes down to is that small talk is awkward. It's very awkward. Anything as unnatural as small talk it's always going to be awkward. And for people who can't control what they say because they're nervous, you know how when you're dealing with people sometimes you get nervous. Small talk ends up being very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable, especially if you're a straight shooter like me. She the true love? Yeah, The girl you know and love? Yeah, I'm a straight shooter. And the reason why I'm a straight shooter is because I keep thinking about this scripture that says, treat people the way you want to be treated. Treat people the way you want to be treated. I don't want nobody sugarcoating things to me. I don't want nobody to have to, how you say, uh, um, water down their personality. I don't want that. So, but I have to be mindful of other people. Everybody is not like me, whatever. But and I hear that. I'm not going to say whatever as if I'm blowing you off. But yeah, small talk, it ends up being very uncomfortable when you're a straight shooter because you believe in keeping everything real and whatever. I mean, let's think about it. You're sitting up here meeting these people. You're talking this. You're talking aimless rambling. You're rambling on and rambling because you're nervous as hell, telling more than you should probably. You're slightly stuttering, or sometimes you may be blurting inappropriate comments. And then guess what happens? You have to profusely apologize. Let me tell you something too. I already have a full-time job. Working an extra job, apologizing and trying to watch what I say, watch how I walk, watch how I eat. My God, it's exhausting. And I know, but one thing I do know, and I'm not a fool, small talk, these small talk topics, they are necessary. Why? Because when you are trying to start a conversation with people, here we go, you don't really know that well. You don't really know them. you know? So you have to learn how to be good at small talk, which I am. I have a list of all these questions of small talk, how to start a conversation. Let's talk about superficial things. Yeah, the most superficial form of conversation. Yeah. Okay, I've learned how to do it, and I'm damn good at it. At the same time, it annoys the hell out of me. Okay, let's talk about number 3. I made a list so I won't be rambling on and on stupidly. The third thing that really annoys the hell out of Sheila True Love is people who say, I don't know why I did it. Oh God. I have to hold my forehead and rub it a couple of times. Really? Why? Because this shows me that they are mentally lazy. Why, instead of saying, I don't know why I did it, why don't they just say, well, you know what? Let me think about that for a moment. But just to say, I don't know why I did it, think about this. For everything a person does, there's a reason. Come on, dummy. That's what I be thinking. I don't say it out loud because I don't want to be offensive to someone. But in my mind, I'm like, God, dummy, mentally lazy. Can't be dealing with you. The question is, how did you justify in your mind that it was okay to do whatever it is that you did? People who are mentally lazy, they sicken me. I mean, they sicken me to my very core. And guess what happens? I have to get away from them. I can't do it. The fourth thing that annoys me, people who use profanity. Every other word is a curse word. And you find that with a lot of black people, black men mainly. They think that makes them seem to be tougher. Yeah, and this mother effer, can you believe this bitch did this? Can you believe, what? Whoa, hold up here. When I'm around people like that, I first tell them, the first thing I do is I say, excuse me, but I'm a Christian, so can you kind of tone down the profanity? Now, don't get me wrong, because there have been times when I even slip up. You've seen some of my videos, Stoobies. There's been times when I even slip up. But damn near every other word out of my mouth, profanity? Nah, that's not it. No, not at all. The only thing I'm thinking about when I'm dealing with people who have every other word or they got so much profanity, first of all, let me tell you something, some telltale signs. If you're dealing with a man or a woman who use a lot of profanity, they're very abusive, and you need to just dead that relationship because they are abusive. That's a red light. What is that flag you put up to surrender? Bye. I'm ready to curse now. But that is them. No, people who use a lot of profanity, they are violent. And when I'm around these people, the only thing I'm thinking about is how this person, they really need to read more. And they need to pick up a dictionary or a thesaurus. And that's what be running through my mind when I'm listening to them talk. Whatever. Anyway, I can't stand being around anyone who show me that they're brain dead. I can't do it. It's too hard. It's too hard. So anyway, number 5, stupid women and stupider men. This is what totally annoys Sheila True. Now, the reason why stupid women bother me so badly is because God created women as a man's helper. Am I right or wrong? Now, how on earth are you helping him to be the best man that he can be when you keep putting up with rotten behavior? Okay? You keep putting up with rotten behavior. Let me give you an analogy here. Let me give you an illustration because Jesus Christ taught the illustration. Let's say you have a child and you tell this child that you love this child. This kid keeps doing all kind of awful things. Of course, they're probably doing it for attention, but they do all these awful, rotten things, and there's no consequences for it. No consequences for it at all. You just let him get away with it. You even take him shopping. You even cook for him and cater to him even more. Do you honestly believe that that child is going to change his ways? Do you honestly believe, check this out, that that child believes that you love him? That child knows you don't love him. You don't stop me from doing anything wrong. You don't give me any discipline. There's no consequences for my rotten behavior. No. And I know men are not, well, actually, they're not supposed to be children, but half of them are children. But these men, let me tell you something. God made men the head of women and children for a reason. Men know, let me tell you what they know. They know that you don't really love them. You don't love them. Just like a child knows that you don't love me if there's no consequences for my poor behavior. Really, mom? Really? Really, wife? I sit up here and cheat on you. I come home at all crazy hours. I sit up here, sometimes I don't even come home at all. And you sit here and you let me get away with that? There's no consequences? No. They know the reason why you're doing it is because you're terrified of having what you think being alone, or you're terrified of being single, and you're terrified of having to stand on your own 2 feet, or because, let me tell you how wise Jehovah God is. Jehovah God put men in charge for a reason. These men know that you're codependent. They know the difference between love and codependency. This woman don't really love me. Yeah, no. And every man, they want a woman or they want a wife who really genuinely love them. They don't want no female who's only there for the above reasons that I just told you. She's terrified of being alone. She calls single being alone, but that's not true. You have family, you have friends to share your life with. She's terrified of having to stand up on her own 2 feet. What's up with that? Okay? These men are not stupid. God created a man in his image. They're not stupid. They want a woman who's going to love them. I believe, to be honest with you, that's the reason why they keep treating women badly. I could do whatever the hell I want. Oh God, this woman is not the best woman for me. When I think about Steve Harvey, why did he marry his new wife? He said because she wouldn't tolerate the bullery that I was trying to put her through. Marjorie, I think her name is Marjorie. He said the reason why he married her is because he was getting phone calls and he thought that he was going to be able to take these phone calls from other women and text messages. Marjorie, her name is Marjorie. And she was like, listen, see, you know what she did? When he was getting those calls, she gathered her things. She went and put her shoes on. She gathered her purse and her coat. And she's a Capricorn like me. The new Steve Harvey is a Capricorn. His wife is a Capricorn. He loved it. The way she was not going to tolerate that. Are you crazy? You're getting text messages from other women. You got calls. Really? Okay, no problem. She did not argue. She did not raise her voice. She conducted herself like a true Capricorn or like a Pisces or every other sign out there, lady. And I do mean lady, not woman or side piece, whatever. I said a lady. She just quietly gathered her things and she was walking towards the door. He's like, why are you leaving? She's like, look, I'm not playing this game. I'm not going to play this game. I can't look in your phone. No, if you don't have nothing to hide, why can't I look in your phone? What's the problem? Okay? She just did it. Yo, she did it up. Another one example, Dr. Phil. Why did he marry his wife? Check out his wife's horoscope. Robin, I think her name is. She's another Capricorn woman. No. Dr. Phil loved the way she wasn't going to put up with none of that nonsense. What are you, crazy? What these women need to do is they need to kick these men's butt to the curb. Anytime they do things that, listen to me, no human being on the planet should have to put up with. You kick him to the curb and be prepared. Be prepared not to look back. Unless he's willing to go into counseling with you for at least 90 days, and I'm talking about on the weekend, so we can understand what's going on with you, man. What's up? And you only do that one time. You do that one time. We're going to go into counseling while you feel it's necessary for you to behave the way you're behaving. I mean, come on now. I'm a human being, son. What's up? No human being should have to put up with this nonsense. And when a woman puts her foot down, that's when a man starts to respect her and he will start to treat you right. Now, my exes, I put my foot down. Were they willing to treat me right? Sure they were. But guess what? I didn't give them a second chance because they cheated. All you have to do with Sheila True Love is cheat on me once. I already warned them before coming in, going in. Look, kid, I can work with you with a lot of things. Your drug issues, your gambling issues. You are not perfect. You have anger issues. I could work with you throughout all that. And I will give you a second chance for real. But you whip your penis out with somebody else. I'm done with you. No, we can't. No, that ain't happening. I'm sorry. Because that's crazy. Sex is sacred. It takes a long time for me to open up with someone sexually. And when I open myself up like that with you, and then you didn't appreciate it, I can't do it. I can't do it. Other women can, and they should go into counseling. If you want to let him go slide for one time, and I mean one time only, and make sure he goes into counseling, then so be it. But She the True Love can't do that one. I can work through anything except for infidelity. No, I can't do it. It chills up my spine when I see women who they stay with men who are abusive, men who have cheated on them. They made even a baby with another woman. They disrespect her on a regular, and she's still, check this out. They treat her that badly, and she's still fighting like hell. Listen to me when I tell you, because I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen it with my own eyes, with my own experience. I had my daughter, and I don't like to put my personal business out there, but my daughter hanging on to some dude that treated her badly. I mean, oh man, you see the picture of my daughter, you'd be like, why would she put up? No, that's crazy nonsense, man. She was trying to hang on with this guy. What? Oh, yeah, right. Sheila True Love lost it. You sit up there trying to hang on to him. Take a look at divorce court. And then the thing is that pissed me off. Let me tell you what really annoys Sheila True Love, like nothing else, is this dude treats you so badly, and you fight like hell to hang on to him, whereas your parents, they're willing to throw their parents away, especially their mothers, faster than you can spell throw away. If a female, check this out, this is the way I see it, and I don't mind you leaving your comments to share your viewpoint. I'm not going to shun you or throw you away like Jehovah's Witnesses teach you to do because you have a different viewpoint, you don't agree. Jehovah's Witnesses say bye, whatever. But anyway, if a female is going to be tolerant of any type of imperfection, because none of us are perfect, but if you are going to tolerate any type of imperfection, shouldn't it be with your parents? I never could understand that, and I never will. Your parents are your flesh and your blood. Whereas this dude who mistreats you and abuse you and disrespect you, they may be your partner today, but they may not be your partner tomorrow. They may not be your partner next year. He's not your flesh and blood. Or let's keep it real, your real family. That's flesh and blood. Look at the divorce rate in this country. He's here today and he may be gone tomorrow. Even women who have been married for decades, my tubies, they bellyache and complain about how unhappy they are. I know some people who have been married for decades, 40, 45 years. Let me tell you about this one person. She's been married for 45 years. Out of the 45 years, she was only happy the first 3 years. So that's 42 years of staying with a lying, cheating, and abusive man just so she could say what? Well, yeah, I've been married for 45 years. What? What? That only shows how stupid and how foolish she was for 42 years. Wow, man. I mean, how mentally slow can you be? Come on, ladies. What's up with all this? What's up with that? And don't come up with what a lot of women say, well, I took vows for better or for worse. But that's beyond worse. When a man cheats on you, that's beyond worse. That's why even God, check this out, Jehovah God and Jesus Christ said, you are free. You are free to divorce if your partner commits adultery. Why? Because they know that is beyond worse. You only signed on for better or for worse. You didn't sign on for beyond worse. And if they're going to listen to the Bible on that note, like, oh, I made vows, and they're going to listen to the Bible on that, why don't they listen to the Bible when it tells her to be, check this out, they don't listen to this part, be wise, my child. It's not wise to stay with someone who is abusive, someone who's cheating and destroying your self-esteem. That's not wise. You may not be able to get a divorce unless it's adultery, of course, or abandonment. Those are the two grounds that you have for divorce. Someone's tearing down your self-esteem, you can't get a divorce, but you can get a separation. Because there's a scripture in the Bible that says so and so and so, and even if you have to separate, but you must remain unmarried, and you have to stay single unless you go back to your husband, the abuser. But at least you could get a separation. Come on now. Don't cherry pick some of the scriptures you choose to follow, but not the other things the Bible instructs you to do. I got to tell you, stop cherry picking the scriptures. Stop doing that. Why? Because it's wrong, number one. Number two, it annoys me. And I'm sure so many others. Now, when it comes to stupid dudes, I got to make sure that I am on point. Okay, men are supposed to be the leaders and the head of the household. How can they be that when check it out, the only example they set for both women and children, they set the example on how to cheat, how to do cutthroat, how to be dishonest, how to be sneaky, how to be underhanded. I mean, they should never complain that it's hard to find a good woman these days. That's what they created. I mean, these no good women, you created that. That's what you taught them. I mean, think about it. They need to just put a sock in it. I hate it when I hear that you can't find no good woman these days. All these women are cheaters. All these women, baby, please. They only like that because that's what you showed them. That's the example that you set. Also, how can they expect women to be submissive to them when they're not submissive to their head? Who is their head? Jesus Christ. That's the stupidest thing I think men do today. That's the stupidest thing. Be submissive to your head, because that would make it so much easier for women to be submissive to their head. Nothing like good old common sense. Am I right, Tubies? Am I right? It annoys the hell out of me when you are around men who don't like to read or educate themselves. That's another annoyance for me. They don't like to read. That annoys the living life out of me. I have got to be around knowledgeable men. If I'm going to have the proper respect for them, then they have to know how to pick up a book, because it's so hard to respect a dummy. It's hard. Sorry. Pick up a book. Educate yourself. Number 6, I hate liars and I hate cheaters. It annoys me. It just sickens me. When I say liars, I mean people who they tell malicious lies, because we all lie, like on our resume. We do a little, well, I did this, we all dress it up a little bit, we exaggerate a bit, but I'm talking about malicious lies, unnecessary lies, or lies just to manipulate people so that you could take advantage of them. We all know how to tell when a narcissist is lying, right, Tubies? Can you tell when a narcissist is lying? Their lips are moving. That's how you could tell. I mean, they lie about stupid things. Everything out of their mouth is a lie. Or check this out. They'll tell you two truths, and 10 or 12 or 15 lies. How are you ever supposed to trust a liar? You can't. Now, when it comes to cheaters, come on now. Who likes being betrayed? Who likes betrayal? Who likes being stabbed in their back? You go around town trying to make your partner or your wife look like a fool. The wife thinks that she got a good man, a man who's faithful, but yet everybody on the outside, they seen you with this hoe in your car. They seen you driving around with this hoe. You got this hoe sitting up here laying up with her. People know that he's not faithful, or they're not faithful. It could go also apply for a woman. They don't care if it makes you look like a fool, because you look like a fool because you're still staying. You still believe that you got a faithful man and I got a good husband, a halfway decent husband. Hey, yeah, come on now. There's no need for all of that. If you're not happy with me in the relationship, and then just move on. Because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put on my big girl panties, and guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to move on too. Number 7. What really annoys the hell out of Sheila Truelove, Jehovah's Witnesses. The reason these people annoy the living life out of me is because they want you to listen to them, but they will not listen to you. If you don't agree with their teachings, they're not trying to hear it. That's ridiculous. If you don't want to follow what the governing body tells you to do, they will shun you or discard you like you're nothing. The thing is I had to fall back. I had to fall back from this organization because I follow Jesus Christ and the Bible's teachings. They tend to follow the governing body's teachings, which so much of their teachings is unscriptural and is hurting innocent people. If you don't go along with their program, they will try, and I do put emphasis on the word try, and sometimes they achieve it, to destroy your family, your marriage, and your life. For example, let's just say that you decide that you no longer want to be a part of the organization. You heard what I said? I hope people are hearing me. The organization. You know what they're going to say? They're going to say that you are leaving Jehovah. You're leaving Jesus Christ. Where did they get that from? No one is leaving Jehovah or Jesus. They're leaving an organization that has admitted in their own broadcast, in their own literature, that they are not inspired by God and they are not infallible. People are leaving because they're making up their own rules as they go along. People are leaving because of the abuse and the rape that is happening to children, and the governing body, they want to talk about some 2-witness rule. If there was not 2 people to sit there and witness the kid getting raped or abused, then yeah, sure. Yeah, who in the hell raped somebody with 2 witnesses looking on? I mean, come on, common sense here. Now, we know that's totally taken out of context. People are leaving because they found out how they are investing their money. A lot of the money is being invested in the military. And yet, check this out. They will destroy your family, or try like hell to destroy your family, if you register to join the military. People are leaving because they did what the Bible instructed them to do, which is to keep testing your beliefs, to make sure it's in harmony with God and Jesus Christ's teachings. And guess what? The people who are following what the scriptures say, the scriptures tell us to do that. And because we're following the scriptures, And we're finding out that Jehovah's Witnesses are not measuring up to Jesus Christ's teachings. Some of their teachings they cherry pick. Yeah, but a lot of the teachings that they teach is wrong. Now, in all religions, and trust me, I've been experiencing or going around from different place to place to place. They all got things wrong in it. All of them. But I noticed that with these other religions, they may have maybe two or three things wrong. Jehovah's Witnesses have 50, 100 things. That's false teaching. And when you see that they're not measuring up, it's ridiculous. Like I said, not to be perfect. You know, you don't have to be perfect in any of these religions because none of them got it right. Not 100%. None of them. And many people say, well, I'm hanging out with the Jehovah's Witnesses because they're the closest to the Bible teachings. No, they're not. The closest to the Bible teachings is love. Whichever organization you find or religious, whatever you decide, the one that has the most love, that's the one that is closest to God's organization. And you think about when it comes to destroying lives for unscriptural reasons and causing people to commit suicide, you know, a religion that it causes you it's a part of so many unnecessary deaths. No organ transplants because it's cannibalism. No blood fractions. So many people, 33,000 people with that no organ thing. How many people died? Guess what? They changed the teaching. Oh, I'm sorry. We messed up. Yeah, you could do organs now. Oops. New light. 33,000 people are dead already. All these other cults, Jimmy Jones and all these other drink the Kool-Aid, 952 people they done killed off. But Jehovah's Witnesses, 33,000 just from no organ transplants alone. Oops. Come on now. Enough is enough. I can't, nor will I be a part of that. That's why it annoys me. They annoy me because they want you to listen to them, but they don't have no evidence to back up what they believe. You come to them with all the evidence, witnesses, all kind of proof. I'm serious, from their own literature. Check that out. That's what freaks me out. From their own literature. And they don't even want to listen. That's craziness to me. Come on now. Number 8, people who are egotistical. When I say egotistical, I'm talking about people, this happens mostly with men. Men base their things on ego. People who know what they're saying is not right, and they know it don't make any sense, but they want to argue you down to the floor. I had this one dude, he knows who he is, I'm not going to say his name, okay, he told me that the reason he likes to have the last word is because that means he's better than you. That makes him better than you. I never heard, how stupid is that? I don't need to have the last word. But I do need, let me tell you what I do need. I need things to make sense. When most men, with most men, better yet, everything is about their ego. They're not really interested in resolving things. You see, I want to resolve things. They're not interested in resolving things. They're only interested in being right, regardless of how stupid it is. You know, the thing about me, Sheila True Love, I don't care about being right. I don't care about whether being right. I don't care. I'm going to tell you what I do care. I care about facts. I care about evidence and setting things straight so that if a person needs to make some necessary adjustments, and listen to me, Tubies, that includes me too. You know, if I need to make some necessary adjustments, then I can. I'm never too proudful that I won't rethink things and tell the person, thank you for helping me to see things from another perspective. I appreciate that. Thank you. But that's not how it is when you're dealing with egotistical people. Number 9, being interrupted when I'm working. As my Tubies know, I have 3 YouTube channels. I'm a published author and still a writer, and I work a full-time job for the state. When I am in my zone mentally and focused on my work, I hate being interrupted for stupid and unimportant reasons. Now, if it's something important, then by all means, tell me, you really need to talk or that you need my attention. No problem. Not at all, you know. But for something that could wait until I'm done, huge, huge annoyance for Sheila True Love. Number 10, things that annoy the hell out of me. Men who call and they text just to talk about nonsense. Oh my God, OMG, OMG, OMG. I can't put enough emphasis on how much this annoys me. Especially if I'm married to the guy, if I'm married to you, or if you know that you're going to see me later. You know that you're going to see me later. So calling just to hear my voice, I just want to hear your voice. And what you doing? What you doing? I'm at work. What do you think I'm doing? I mean, what you do? What am I? Oh God! I can't, oh God! Oh, let me rub my. I'm putting my hand over my forehead again, rubbing my forehead. Can't hang with that. What? Okay. You want to call me to talk about unimportant things? Let me tell you what that feels like to me. You know how you have a blackboard and you take your nails and you just take your nails down the blackboard and it's like it's like that. You know damn well that you're going to see me later. So my question is, what is the point of all this? I hate it. I hate it so desperately. I really do. And my final thing that really annoys me is customer service when you call up like Amazon. It happens all the time. Press 1, press 2, and then when you finally do get someone, they have this huge accent that you can't even hardly understand them and they can barely understand you. So I pray to Jehovah to help me with my patience. And I think that's the reason why, they have that. That's the reason why it exists. To help Sheila with her patience. Because why would you put people in customer service who could barely understand English or who have these heavy accents? Why would you put them in customer service? And I'm not saying that they shouldn't work. Just put them in shipping or something. Let people who have a clear American, very clear, where we can understand things going on. Yeah, should that not be in customer service? So yeah, that's my pet peeve. But I'm cool with it because, to be honest with you, I think Jehovah and Jesus have put that in place just so my patience can be tested, and I got to work on my patience because God knows I end up usually being very rude to them, and that's so not good. I'm working on it, but those are my pet peeves. So there you have it, Tubies. I just shared with you the 11 things that annoy the hell out of Sheila True Love. Yeah, that's basically it for me. 11 things that annoy the hell out of me. But you know what? Guess what? I know people who have a list of at least 50 to 100 things. 100 things that annoy the heck out of them. They just want to take a gun to their head and be like, pow, because it's so annoying. So I think I'm pretty easygoing, I don't have too many things that irritate or displease me, because I realize that, we're all imperfect and we're all working on ways to try to better ourselves. So I get it. I get it. At the same time, hey, it is what it is. Those are the things that annoy me. Anyway, leave your comments. Oh, wait, I want to say I really appreciate your gifts and your donations of $7. $7 is not a lot, or for me answering your questions and your emails. God knows I get a lot of emails and I get a lot of calls. And this is how I supplement my income so that I won't have to work 2 jobs. Well, even though I have 3 jobs, but that's okay, whatever. But if, I had to I don't know. I just want to say thank you so much. And, I thank you for saying that I encourage you and I motivate you and I just love you. I just love you, Sheila Trilla. I get lots and lots of those notifications. And guess what? I love you back. I love you too. Thank you. I just want to say thank you so much for the extra work and the donations. And please keep those emails and those calls coming. And you already know, I don't have to say it. I love you. Until next time, Sheila True Love. We'll talk again. Bye for now.